Good morning, ma'am. And isn't it a lovely morning?
Up yours, nigger.
Damn, it's on like a motherfucker. Yeah. House of Consciousness presents Professor Larry answers to Sara, Suten, Seti. Take on the word nigga. Now, before we go on, let me make it clear. This is no YouTube beef, family, because you know the YouTube Negroes like to start shit. So what we're doing right now is teaching on the word. That's all. From both sides, from both perspectives. From the perspective of Sara, Suten, Seti, and the perspective of brother Professor Larry. Now, this is what we're talking about. We're going to learn and elevate and grow from this. This right here is necessary, family. You already know the haters is going to come out lovely. But yo, let's stick to the plan. And the plan is to elevate the consciousness of our people.
All right, peace, my brother. What's going on, Professor?
Peace and black power, son.
Black power, man. What's happening, man?
Son, I really have to come to the House of Consciousness to respond to a video, a series of videos, actually, 2 of them, that my brother Sara, Suten, Seti made about why the N-word is here to stay. Now, in this video, what my brother Seti, because I refuse to refer to him as a nigga, despite the fact that he refers to himself that way, what he is describing is a victim, because he's describing all of the social ills that plague our people in this society. Now, I don't think it's necessary to use vulgarity to make this point clear, right? Now, as far as sounding hard and ferocious, right? That's for the enemy. That's not for the family. That's not how you come at your family. You don't come at your family like you trying to put your boot on their neck and scrub them into the ground. It's not necessary, right? Now, what is necessary is to understand that the enemy consistently attacks us. That's a form of attack. That's the psychological aspect to the warfare. You understand? Warfare has different fronts. There's a physical front where you have soldiers in the field battling. We don't have that going on. There's a psychological front where the enemy is constantly launching propaganda at you, describing you in this way, putting you in this position, and justifying it by saying this is the type of individual you are. Seti makes the point that who else is getting locked up in the society but niggas? Seti, you need to go to some of them states where it's a bunch of white boys and you'll see ain't nothing but poor ass white people locked up in them jails. You understand? Those would be the niggas of those societies. You understand? What this is a battle by very savvy and very shrewd and very tactical deploying enemies, okay? They constantly attack us. They did this to us in the 60s with COINTELPRO, right? What do you think that operation was about? You had individuals come amongst us espousing principles. Yeah, let's kill them. Let's do this. It was a fucking setup. You understand? Don't be no jackass, all right? You on YouTube, or YouTube as you call it. Now, what we want to realize is you have some influence over the youth. I don't deny that. Brother, I'm telling you, you're a good brother. I see that. I see the energy. I see the fire. But what I don't see is the shrewd cunning, that you understand the nature of the fucking enemy. The enemy is launching advertising campaigns against you. The enemy is launching housing regulations against you, where the enemy house you in certain types of areas and allow, trust me, allow individuals from everywhere to open businesses in your community. This is an enemy attack. This is an attack on you. Now, how you gonna attack that by saying, you counter and attacking by saying I'm a nigga? That's not a counterattack. You have to devise strategies designed to counterattack your enemy's attack. Now, by accepting the shit that your enemy does to you and Okay, we getting locked up in this society. We getting killed in this society. Who else but niggas is getting shot 50 times? Who else but niggas is getting shot for having a wallet trying to go in their house at night? If you accept that, that is psychological fucking defeat. You understand? Now, when I make my tunes and I say I refuse to go away silently into the fucking night, that means I am not going any fucking where. You understand? I'm trying to make my people aware of the goddamn attack that they're under. Some of our brothers are oblivious. This is how they can stand in the same goddamn place every day and do the same thing and think nobody know what the fuck they doing. That means that they're being psychologically affected by the attack of the goddamn enemy. Who else in this society you see running around calling their fucking self white criminal names? Al Capone, John Dillinger, Frank Nitti, Jesse James. Huh? Who? That means that there has been a psychological disconnect from our reality that we are supposed to be having, supposed to be pursuing, which means our own perpetuation, not our own extinction. We don't want to die niggas in America. You understand? They drug us out of Africa, beat us, lynched us, murdered us, raped us, stomped us in the fucking ground, and called us nigga. And now you telling me you accept this shit? No, my brother, what you have to do is resist. You got these little babies out here running around right now with the same ass philosophy. They hate each other. They call each other nigga. They fight each other. They not fighting white people, Seti. They don't hate white people. In fact, they teachers are white. They love white people. They love to go to school. Then what you have accepted is defeat. Now, I refuse to accept that. I got tricked. I got caught up in that nonsense when I was young. You understand? I was out there on those corners. I was slinging that heroin. You understand? I was carrying guns and I was busting them. You understand? There's no punk here. What I'm trying to get you to understand, brother, is that the way to build strong, effective resistance to what you call nigga is to form strategies designed to counter the effects of what the enemy is doing to us. They're destroying our children. How do you compete in a global world, Seti? Because that's what we have to arm these kids to be able to compete in now. They're not just competing against these little white kids. You got Chinese kids, Japanese kids, you got Korean kids and Indian kids all vying for a slice of a pie that our children are rightfully supposed to have. And to not recognize this, that this is what we're fighting for, is to not be serious. You understand? Right here, right now, is where we are. We're not fighting for a piece of land in Africa. That's not real. We're fighting for right here, right now, survival. As far as the point you made, my dear brother, about if you say nigga, you can get 1,000 people to stop and listen to you. And if I say brother, maybe 2 or 3 might listen. Why would you wanna call your brother a derogatory name just to get his attention? That is evidence of the psychological trauma that our people suffer from, Seti. If you deploy a soldier in an active battlefield for one tour of duty, that soldier can contract post-traumatic stress disorder. For hundreds of years, our people were not just forced to exist in an active military theater, they were born into an active military theater. They died in an active military theater every single day of their lives. They saw each other abused at the hands of the enemy. You don't think that produced trauma, Seti? You don't think that produced recognizable psychological effects? You don't think, Seti, that when you see a brother say, I ain't nothing but a nigga, you don't think that's hurt, deep scars and pain, Seti? You think that's something slick? Our babies, 4 and 5 years old, walking around calling themselves nigga. That's not slick, Seti. That's not slick, because what that is setting them up for the same thing that you recognize we're going through today. Locked up, prison, harassed by the police, taken, murdered, shot 50 times, because the society is looking at them the way that you're looking at yourself, like a nigga. You understand? Now, the only thing I'm trying to get across to you, brother, you understand? This is not a beef. We don't have a beef. We have a dispute over the interpretation of a term, not a word, because it does not have a definition. We are having a dispute over whether or not this term, moving forward, is something that we should apply to ourselves. Now, let me correct you, Seti. I never said that we should get rid of the word nigga. I never said that we should ban the word nigga. No, of course the word has history. Of course we have to teach our children the correct history of this word. Of course we have to teach our children what the enemy did to us. But we do not have to teach our children to be victims. And when you teach your child to be a nigga, you are teaching your child to be the victim of the enemy. Because that's what the enemy did to you. Why would you want to pass that down? How did nigga get off the plantation? 1865, slavery legally was abolished in this country. How the hell are you walking around today saying the same thing that you would have said on Master Charlie's plantation? My nigga. Hey nigga. What's up, nigga? You need to stop it. You need to stop it. Now, brother, I'm coming at you a little strong, but that's because I feel I need to take the elder position in this argument. I have a lot more history behind the observation of the employment of the tactics of the enemy in the use of this term. Once again, this is why you see it in books, movies, magazines, videos, newscasts. You hear it from comedians, singers, rappers. You hear it from every type of child in the street, from white to black to Hispanic to Chinese to everybody. So now, the only thing I need you to understand, Seti, is that this is a result of the psychological aspect of our oppression in this society. Some individuals look at us and they are so impressed by us that they want to be us. They don't understand that this shit is a response to oppression. You understand? Just like a fighter, if he grows up in a rough neighborhood, he learns how to fight. If a fighter grows up in a soft neighborhood, he learns how to box. And when he gets in there with a fighter, he might get his butt whipped. You understand? The same rules apply. This is why you see a difference between urban kids and suburban kids. The environment, the psychology of the environment. So now when we discuss, Seti, the term nigga, I'm talking about the psychology of this term on our people. When you accept what the enemy says about you, that means that you have been psychologically affected by the enemy. You have to resist the enemy's psychological warfare. That's a strategy. And if you look around, Seti, just like you observed, we're the ones getting thrown in jail, we're the ones getting killed, we're the ones doing this, we're the ones doing that. If you observe, the fucking enemy's effective. So now if you want to be effective, you have to develop strategies. Not just yelling, nigga ain't going nowhere. I know, niggas not going nowhere. White people not letting nigga go nowhere. Never. Why would they? They use it to great effect. Why would they get rid of something that works so well? You don't fix something that's not broken. According to white people, niggas working just fine. You understand?
That's right.
Now, what I'm saying, brother, is when I look around, every single day of those 25 years I spent in prison, they moved me 40 times. I stayed in one place for 4 years. As soon as they found out I was talking to people, they got me the hell out of there. You understand? 40 transfers. Why? because I was telling brothers, stop the dumb shit. You ain't no nigga. That's what the enemy call you. Don't call yourself that. Stand up and be a man. Be a strong black man. Let these children see who you really are. Let the children be impressed by you. Every time a young black man sees you, he is supposed to want to be you. He's not supposed to feel disgusted and say, oh, look at this nigga. He's supposed to say, mommy, look at that black man. I'ma be him one day.